pen sketch. We did an Uxbridge Sketch Fest for the past 2 years, and we're going to have one again coming up in September. If you want to head out to Uxbridge and sketch some of the beautiful parts of Uxbridge. The pen that the person who we had come in and teach us last year recommended we get is this Jelly Roll 6. So it's got a nice smooth ink, but you can write with any kind of pen. I mean, you can write with a regular ballpoint pen or gel pen or whatever kinds of pens strike your fancy. There we go. Alright, so doing a pen sketch is pretty much the same as doing the pencil sketch. You just start somewhere, and I suppose I'll note, I'm doing these things freehand because I like to do freehand, but just to show you how it works, I also brought over some, this is called tracing paper, and this is graphite paper, which is part of the tracing paper set. So what you do if you have tracing paper, or any sort of thin paper that you can see through, is that you put it on top of a design, and you can even hold it up to a screen to show the screen. So you put it on top of a design, you trace the design in the first place with pen or pencil or whatever you want to trace it with, and then you put the graphite paper down on top of the thing you're going to want to eventually draw or paint onto, and then you put your tracing paper on top, and then when you trace it again with a pencil, hello kitty, are you back again? And when you trace it with the pencil, now the design will come through here. I'll do a little bit just to show you. Oh, well here, let me do it on the back of something so I don't get this. Alright, so if I were to trace this with a pen, just a second, there we go. So if I were to trace the line, see how that came through? So the graphite ends up transferring this design down onto the paper. So you could draw the whole thing. I moved it so it won't exactly line up again, but just to show you a rough idea. See how it started drawing the whole thing that I just drew? So if you want to practice and start with tracing paper, you can do that, and that's an easy way to do it. And you can get this on Amazon or Michael's or pretty much anywhere. So this is called tracing paper. This is called graphite paper, and it's often just sold as a set because you use both halves of it. Alright, so you can do that if you wish, but it's fun to practice freehand, and like I said before, it doesn't matter if it's exactly like the original, and I prefer it if it's not exactly like the original, because then that shows that this is your own unique version. And if it's a little far off from the original in the beginning, that's okay, or even in the end. We all have different types of styles. Oh, the cat's coming over to keep us company again. Oh, Snooky. I know. This pen is not writing very well though. I was just using this earlier, and this was writing fine. Yes, you are such a good kitty. Here, you just sit there for a second while I try to find another of these pens. Figure out where these pens went. There's one. Alright, kitty. I need you to move now. Yes, you're a good kitty. Come on over here. Kitty. Yoo-hoo. Over here. Alright. I've lured her away by giving her a pen to chew on, or a pencil to chew on in the other ear. Alright, let's try this one. There we go, that's better. Alright, got the curved top. Part of my challenge right now is that I'm trying to draw at what is an unnatural angle for me. So I have this under the camera spot, but again, that's okay. That just all shows that whatever your style or technique, we'll call this the off-angle style, you can still create stuff. And you know, people end up having problems with one hand. Yes, you are such a good kitty. See, and sometimes you have a kitty helping you by nuzzling the end of your pen while you're trying to draw, and that adds a little bit of challenge. Sometimes you have to see around a kitty head to be able to see what you were doing. That is an additional part of the challenge. I know, it's so interesting. The pen is doing things. What is the pen doing? Hello, Kitty 2. So this here is Zuzu. The other one who's coming over this very second to see what's going on is Felix. Oh, can you see both of them in the screen now? Yes. They are very good kitties and very inquisitive kitties. Yes, they want to know what's happening. You are very good and so helpful. Yes, you are just so helpful today. Alright. Yeah, we have tried to draw underneath where your foot is sitting, Zuzu. So Zuzu is named after the little girl in It's a Wonderful Life. And Felix is a traditional name for a cat because in Latin it means cat and it also means happy. So he is happy. Right, I've almost got the ability to draw. Alright, this goes like this. Good kitties. Good kitties. Kitties are both just immediately to my right now. Doing the things that kitties like to do. There we go. Alright, little box thing there. And a circle thing there. Alright. Little supports. We got the thing that it's sitting on. And then we go this way. Like I said, sketches are by their nature rough. It's okay if lines are wiggly. It's okay if things are not quite proportional. It is all fine. This is just giving an impression of the scene. I'll just extend that down. There we go. Alright, then I need to go over them to make it a little rougher even because I like that rough feeling to it. See that the lines are not straight and I like that aspect of it. I like it when sketches sort of have a little bit of movement to it. There we go. There we go. So, we're doing sketches. And then if you want to, okay. If you wish. Alright, and then if you want to, with pen, you can also add in shading. So we'll do this. And get that done. And then we'll shade in this piece. And again, if you wanted to put in a tree, put a tree on this side. Again, you don't have to draw every single thing. We're just giving the sense of what's happening here. There's a tree over there. What kind of creature shall we put over here on this side? Cat sitting on the keyboard, and I'm sort of worried the cat will click on something with their butt. But that's going to be alright. Now what should we put? We'll put a flying saucer. Flying saucer is coming to visit. Does that look like a flying saucer? Yeah, it sort of does. We'll give it some antennas. And we'll put a window on there. All the little peoples inside the flying saucer. While watching it. How's that? We'll give it some little dots around the edge. There we go. We'll give it a little escape hatch. Alright, so now we got a sketch drawing done with pen. Happens to be done with a Jelly Roll pen. You can use whatever kind of pen you want to. And both with this and with the pencil sketch, these are what are called monochromatic. So monochromatic means that there's a very limited range of colors. Generally it means there's one color, so in this case black and white. I suppose you could call white as the second color, but they call it monochromatic if you're only creating the art itself with one color. So in this case, shades of black, shades of gray. And you could do that with any sort of color. So you can use a green pen and do it shades of green, and it would be monochromatic.